In today's quick tip video, I'm going to talk to you about different styles of learning. And each of us has a different style of learning. And once you determine which style you gravitate toward, it will help you find the tools you need to memorize things faster. Let's talk about that more after the bump. Hi, I am Doug Fahl, and this is Augmented Actor, where I help you augment your acting career with tips and tactics and tech. If this is your first time here, please remember to subscribe, because if you don't, I'll get lost in the shuffle of videos out there on YouTube. There are 5 ways that people learn, and then 2 other ways of learning that people are subdivided into. And I'm going to touch on each of those today in this video. Determining how you learn is going to help you decide which tactics, tools, and techniques are going to work best for you when you're memorizing scripts, speeches, dialogue, plays, all that stuff. So let's get to it. Style number 1 is a visual learner. These are the people, when they were younger, they didn't read the words, they pointed at the pictures in the book. They like charts and graphs, they like symbols, colors, they like images and visual displays. They're much more apt to get their information from a film or seeing something on a whiteboard or a chalkboard or associating it with a bar chart or a graph. So I think visual learners will have a difficult time memorizing scripts because they are a bunch of words and their brain doesn't process them that way. So a visual learner is going to want to associate words and passages with visual imagery, visual stimulus. The second type of learner is an aural learner or an audio learner. These people learn by listening to things. They listen to people speak. They like podcasts. They like music. So playing relaxing music while they're learning helps them absorb information better, but also just turning things into a song, speaking the words out loud, talking through things. They're not going to learn by looking at the page and being quiet. They're going to have to get up and actually say their lines. I know a lot of people love to listen to their music. If they're learning music, they're listening to their little recordings all the time and playing them in the car and stuff like that. So an audio learner learns by listening. The third type of learner is a verbal or semantic learner. These people are going to be really good at learning words because they love language. They love how language sounds. They're journalists and writers, and they see words in their brain. They hear words in their brain. These people are going to be great at deciphering Shakespeare, so they might use word association or acronyms to memorize things. They might use like the first letter of each word in a phrase to memorize a paragraph of information. And their triggers within a speech are going to be word-based. The fourth type of learner is a physical or kinesthetic learner, and this is a person that talks with their hands and is always moving. Dancers are great kinesthetic learners. They learn by how something feels in their body, their relationship to other people in space. They will learn by holding props, by being in costumes. They will learn by giving movements to their piece. So they're going to learn scripts and dialogue by blocking because they can memorize movements and know how they feel in their body. Fifth type of learning is logic learning. And these people, very much like me, are gamers, and they like concepts, they like lists, they like organizing things into compartments and details, they like structure, and they like solving puzzles. So if you can make it into a game for this person, they are going to learn the information faster. Also, these people are going to need to make sense of what is being said in a dialogue or monologue. If a disconnect from one thought to another doesn't make sense to them logically, they're going to forget and stumble on that part. So their connections and triggers are going to be more logical or gamified. And then each of us is kind of defined by a sort of introvert or extrovert. So there's social learners who learn information by being around other people, bouncing off ideas with other people. The social atmosphere is going to help them learn. Those people are going to want to run their lines with other actors that can actually give them feedback. They're going to learn their lines once things are into run-throughs, once they're on stage and around other people. They're going to retain information by practicing their lines with others. And then the other type is the solitary learner. That's more like me, somebody who likes to just run their lines on their own, stay inside their head, rehearse and practice without the distractions of other people. people, and then they can bring that into the world. Finding your strength, your learning style is an important thing to be aware of. And once you kind of start thinking about that a little bit more, you'll determine some tricks that might be able to help you memorize faster. Each of us is a different combination of these different learning styles. We're all kind of on the spectrum of each of these learning styles to some degree. For instance, I like to learn semantically through the word. I remember the words on the page, and I set up semantic cues for myself. I'm also a very logical learner, so if you gamify it, if you make something logical, I'm going to learn it faster. And then I move it into physical. I learn by blocking, by holding props, by being in proximity to people. But then I also learn a little bit by repeating things back, songifying them. I'm sort of a solitary learner, but I also learn things by being social and running lines with other people. It's not my go-to. And you might be totally different. So I'm curious to know what kind of learner you are. Tell me down in the comments below. If you found this information useful for someone, share it with them. If you like the video, like it. And always remember to subscribe so that you can get my content. There's other links that you can follow up above. If you don't see them here, look in the description down below. Have a lovely day.